What's going on, y'all? What's cracking? What's going on? Welcome to another episode 29 of the show about another podcast. We getting out in these streets. We 29 in these streets now.
Did I hear that right? 29 episodes?
29 episodes, man.
I thought we were on 31, 32 already.
Man, hey, we kicking to the max now, man. We kicking in.
Hey, let's go. We ain't slowing down one bit, man. We still in this thing.
Hey, man, it's going good, man. How's everything going? What's popping with you? How you feeling, man?
Well, first and foremost, I don't know if anybody has noticed, but we are kind of, well, by the time this shows up on the YouTube or whatever, it'll probably be a day or so earlier than expected and whatnot, maybe a few days expected. And everybody's going to be wondering, what's the deal? Simple. Schedule changes, my friend. The schedule has shifted again on my side. So we will be shooting these episodes a little bit earlier now.
Cool with that.
Yeah, so we can get all the juicy gossip and juicy news and topics out the way, because I know for a fact it has to be a little bit difficult to have all the interesting stuff happen, but have to wait a few days for us to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. And on top of that, like, what was I going to say?
While you're thinking about that, I just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to the Texas Rangers winning the AL, the American League pennant, last night in 7 games versus the Houston Trastros, those cheaters, the people that hit trash cans to tell you what pitch is coming. No, I'm not going to let y'all live it down, because y'all deserve that still. That will be forever in your name. Just like the LA Dodgers in their Mickey Mouse championship in 2020. They still can't win one when the regular season is over with. They still somehow fumble the ball like early in the postseason. They can't do it. Houston finally met their match. This was a game.
Wait. We're not going to sports talk. We're not doing this. We ain't going to sports yet.
My bad. I got carried.
Okay, so speaking of,
sorry.
like I told Izzy, like, back on this music tip, then we're gonna get to our first topic.
Oh my gosh, how's the music going?
Music's going good. I know I told you last time we spoke that I was gonna drop a song on Valentine's Day. I changed my mind, so now I'm just gonna go. I looked at my analytics and I showed you some of the stats I got. Shout out to the people out in Finland. Finland is showing me crazy love. I don't understand how I'm getting straight. Praise God for that. Like, thank you. Finland.
Mr. International over here, all the way in Finland.
Wait, was it Germany? Or it was another country that was jamming my music before. It got me crazy.
Hold on. I think you sent me some of the statistics. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
And so
here it is. I found it.
Cool.
All right. The top countries for this song, which is Journals Part 1.
Yes, sir.
Journal Part 1. Top countries for this song. Finland at number 1 and United States at number 2. A very distant number 2.
They ain't even, United States don't even be in the same ballpark as these other countries. Like the US be like light years behind. Like, yo,
bruh,
tell you something. Let me start getting international.
Finland has shown you major love. 258 streams off of your song Journal Part 1. Helsinki, Finland, to be exact. So shout out Helsinki, shout out Finland, all the Finnish fans out there showing the homie June love.
If I say
we gotta visit and give y'all a little show for y'all.
Look, if my numbers start spiking over there, let me just start getting some real international look. I will do some shows. I'll get my passport ready. Get like, yo, give me a book of who out there. Let me know. Like, I need to know so I can get out there and get some of that international money. I sure be out there doing some damn songs.
So yo, let's do it. Like, yo, get me out there too. Let's show the Finnish some love. Like, let's do it. Finland, shouts out. I see you.
And on top of that, so got ETA feature the little homie Yuri on the track.
Yuri.
Yeah, November 24th. Then I'm gonna backdoor that track with something in December.
What?
Yeah, so
he ain't just giving y'all one single. He's gonna drop back-to-back singles. So y'all be ready for that.
Backdoor December with Journals Part 2. Then I'm going to backdoor Journals Part 2 with Arrival, the final conclusion of location, destination, the conclusion, epic conclusion of that. And that's going to drop in January. And like I say, a song a month. I'm just going to go on the tear just doing a song a month just to keep my numbers up. Because I see how it goes. Like, yo, see how it goes.
June said he's going to go on a tear.
Dude, I said I was going to do that this year, but it didn't go. My plans didn't go the way I wanted to go.
Right.
Said, you know what? Now that I see how I got everything, I see how the good Lord set it up for me. Because only He can set you up like this. Like, it's perfect. Like, okay. Boom. Boom, boom. Like back to back. So I'm hitting y'all 4 months with just
just consistent music. Y'all better be ready.
And I kind of like going a single route because it takes a lot of stress and pressure off curating and orchestrating and putting together and crafting a whole album EP. It takes all right, cool. Then I got to figure out how I want to. This is easy. I can just record it and just put it out. So we got to get Izzy on some music because Yuri already out here in these streets. She already out here. I got to pull her to the side of the day and talk to her about some stuff. But Izzy ain't even. Speaking of, we didn't do the intro. JunesEightyEIght and the homie Izzyphatasmo. I don't think we said that. Did we say it? We just went right into the
shenanigans. I think we did. I think we did jump into it. We might have said it quickly and then jumped into some like shenanigans. But yeah, real quick. What's going on, world? It's your boy with Westside Izzy P, the homie June in the building. This is the Show About Nothing podcast, episode 29. If you didn't know, now you know. We got a lot to talk about today.
I want to kick it off with this. This is something I saw on the Book of Faces, the Grams of Insta. Because I like how we kicked off last week. It says here are a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date.
Oh boy!
And thanks to the ladies who reached out for help. This is exactly this. Let's just go. Number 1, Cheesecake Factory. 2, Applebee's. 3, Chili's. 4, Chipotle. 5, Olive Garden. 6, the movies. 7, your house. 8, any fast food chain. Buffalo Wild Wings at 9. 10, Wingstop. 11, Red Lobster. 12, a buffet. 13, IHOP. 14, Denny's. I don't even know why this is 15. 15, the gym. 16, church. I don't know why you wouldn't want to go to church, get some God in your life. 17, Starbucks. I'm offended by that one because I'm offended.
Hey, whoa! Hold on.
It gets worse. It gets worse. Hold on. It gets worse.
I'm about ready to throw the flag on the play.
Hold that flag. 18, coffee dates. 19, ice cream dates. 20, family functions. 21, movie nights, Netflix, Hulu, and etc. 22, somewhere that requires a long drive. 23, bowling. 24, nightclubs. 25, hookah. 26, a bar for just drinks. 27 is more disrespectful than Starbucks. 27, the Waffle House. And 28, sporting events. My man took his glass off before I could take mine off. So pretty much nothing. So I'm guessing before Izzy goes into his tirade, because I know where he's about to go because he's frustrated. So for me, it's looking like y'all want first of all, I can speak for myself, Izzy, and the fellas in our wrestling group chat, minus Joff. Shout out to Big Bro Joff. He's married. He ain't got to go through this. And the fellas, we know we don't deal with women who think with this rhetoric. That's the right word, right? That's the right word, right?
I believe it is, but continue.
So with this rhetoric that they spewing, I don't associate with women like this. But for the women that's put this together, I feel like they want to go to the high-end steakhouse that we talk about in our wrestling group chat. that we frequent, that we go to these steakhouses, don't like where they want to go to these steakhouses, these high end what is it, fish market places with all this. You drop $250 on a steak, $350 on a Alaskan king crab legs. You're getting drinks that cost almost $100. All this stuff when you get the bill is $560. That's before freaking tip. You know, it's like I guess they want that kind of date or getting flown out on vacations and spending. And these are first dates. What a-hole takes a girl to a steakhouse for a first date? Like, who got that kind of money to blow on a first date for a girl you may not even be interested in? That like, then again, I feel like if you got the money to screw off, cool, I'm with you, baby. Do your thing. But for little old me, and I can speak with my brother Izzy, we ain't flexing like that. I ain't got it like that to be like first dating out. You know what I mean? I can barely afford steakhouse on myself. You know what I mean? Not just it's steakhouse a special occasion type stuff. Like you just got a promotion at your job or a birthday, anniversary, nice stuff. But a first date, I looked at the price of some steak. Some of these steakhouses, you go to their website, like their menu, they don't even have a price on the menu.
They don't.
They don't have a price on the menu. I mean, for one steakhouse I went to that's by my crib, I looked up their prices. An appetizer starts at $40.
Huh?
An appetizer starts at $30, $40. We're not even talking main course, cat daddy. We're not even talking about the steak. Then the steak, like a New York strip steak, the ones I get, those cost 50, 60, maybe 100. There. Go ahead.
I go, please.
Yeah, please. Floor is yours.
Thank you.
My man done. He ain't got nothing. He done. My man ain't got nothing to say.
My head hurts because I can't.
Where did your head start hurting at on this list? Where did you tap at? Because I think you tapped at Starbucks. But go ahead.
Starbucks. Okay, so I'm gonna put my glasses back on. I'm gonna be civilized.
Now you can be ignorant, bro. This is the time.
I get it, but in this podcast, in this show, I'm the more civil one of the two, or vice. You know what I mean? I'm the cooler head of both areas. You know what? No, I'm taking the glasses off again. I'm sorry. I gotta.
Do your thing, baby. Do your thing.
You know, I've seen a lot of this lately. You know, whether it be majority of the time being it's through like Twitter, you know, different little videos on YouTube that discuss these type of topics. This is becoming a thing where females, not all females, but there are a majority of females that believe that they are God's gift to earth, that they deserve only the finest in the world.
And not saying they don't, but you gotta kind of like. I feel like you kind of.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Forgive me. I'm sorry.
I know where you were going. But just let me talk. Let me cook right now. Like I said, you got the females out here that believe that they're the, you know, the cream of the crop, the finest diamond in the world. Like they're God's gift to earth, that they deserve it, like they deserve the guy with the 6-figure job, and he's got to be X high. He's got to be X height, and he has to have this going for himself. When in reality, that's like not even the top 1%. That's like 0.5 of the top 1%, right?
Yep.
Of people that these females are looking towards. Now, don't get me wrong, and I had this conversation with my sister and whatever, and we were talking about, you know, the whole dating scene and whatnot, and she, you know, kind of made this little she made this comment saying like maybe I should lower my standards, and I told her you don't need to lower your standards. Like your standards are high for a reason. You don't need to lower them for anybody. If nobody can like match what you're looking for, or like kind of,
Not for you.
no, they can't. No, I'm not saying that they're not for you, but like if they can't match to your level of standards at that moment, but they're working towards it and they're showing you that they care and that they're genuine, they're authentic or whatever, then by all means, give them a shot and see how it goes. The thing is, though, like a lot of these females that go out here talking about dates and stuff, I mean, you named off what? Applebee's, Chili's, Cheesecake Factory. I've never been to a Cheesecake Factory. I would love to go to a Cheesecake
But
Factory.
see, here's my thing.
Wait, hold up.
Like,
But then you name, so like what? You have Chili's, Applebee's, a Cheesecake Factory, coffee date,
Olive Garden, the
movies, bowling. Movies, I can understand because you're sitting in a dark room, you're really not able to communicate with the person. But bowling, like any social outing, you're telling me that you wouldn't want to get to know the person that you're meeting up with, or you wouldn't want to get to know the person that you're going to be like potentially having a relationship with by bowling? Like that's a fun event. Like you get to see a little bit of their character, and like you get to have that little competitive edge.
Yep.
You just strictly like you don't want to, from what I'm hearing off of this list of the places that these females don't want to go on a first date, you don't want to build and see where the whole thing goes organically and see the character development and all these things. You just want the high life instantaneously, and that's not how it works. I'm sorry to break it to anybody out there who's thinking about this or that's looking for this, but 9 times out of 10, 9 times, 95% of the guys that you're going to deal with are not in that top 0.5% of guys that are hitting over $200,000 or $500,000 incomes and like these multi-million dollar type of jobs. They're not. They're not. I'm sorry. Are there guys out there? Yeah, but let me tell you this. Will they see you at it's not even the question of will they see you as will they see you and want to date you type of thing. Is what do they see in you that makes them want to get with you?
Ooh, say that again. Say that again.
What again, let me ask, what is it that they see in you that would make them want to get with you? Because a lot of these females that are posting about that they want the guy with a 6-figure salary and a higher paying job and they have XYZ, I dare you, go to their Instagrams, go to their Twitters, and look at the link that they leave on the bottom of their bio.
Oh my gosh, don't do that. Don't do that, Izzy. Don't do that to him, Izzy.
I'm sorry. Shots being, hey, look, I'm sorry. I'm not pulling punches on this one right now because I'm not going to pull no punches. I'm not pulling no punches.
And I say this because I'm going to say this because I look at it like this. Jokingly, I don't go to steakhouses like that. Like I say,
it's rare. Like you said, it's rare. Like you said, a steakhouse is for a celebration type thing. Like you got a promotion, you're celebrating a birthday, a graduation, that sort of thing.
A big milestone.
Yeah. Like, look, I understand that you want to, enjoy your time out for dinner or whatever, that you're going out to, you're hanging out with, dating with this person, right? A lot of these females, they'll go on the dates, and it's been even talked about that they go on these dates with no intention of going on a second date with the person that they're with.
They want a free meal, and I'll tell you this. I'm gonna put it like this.
But here's the thing, though: steakhouses, these fancy restaurants, and all these other stuff. I'm sorry, you're not getting that on the first date. If you manage to get that on the first date, if a guy breaks the bank, he goes all out for you like that, then by all means, like, hey, props to you. But like I said, 9 times out of 10, 95% of the time, you're not going to get that on the first date. You're going to get like, a Chili's, Applebee's, the 2 for $20s. You're going to probably get get a coffee date just to familiarize yourself with the person, and then gradually work and build and go up to those big time dinners. And I guarantee you, like, if you were to gradually work with the person and build up with them, you would get those type of dinners. Maybe a 6 month thing, or like you're celebrating a birthday, or they're celebrating your birthday. Gradually, I can see it happening. But right off the rip, like straight up, you're that's the first thing you want. Oh, like if I was to go ahead and talk with a female and they'd be like, oh, I don't want, like, I suggest a couple of places to go out and eat, just to meet up and get lunch or go out and eat. And they tell me like they don't want any of that. And I ask them what it is. And they hit me with like one of those like fancy steakhouses where, like you said, the appetizer is like $40 and the meal is about like 60, 70 per. I'm looking at them sideways. I'm like, are you sure? Are you're chipping in, right? Like you're putting in half for the bill, right? Because I'm not putting in for the full.
But you feel me on this? Here the funny part is, I say this, and this goes for anybody. If you can't afford to take yourself there on your own dime, don't expect me to do this.
Facts.
If any girl on God's green earth says, "Oh, I want to go to this restaurant," I'm not gonna say the name. This high-end restaurant. I'm like, can you afford to go there on your own? You do, because first of all, if you can't afford to go there on your own, why you expect me to take you there?
No, I'm not gonna knock anybody on this one right here. There are some people that are able to do that because, like, maybe
we weren't able. We ain't in that ballpark, baby.
I know that. Look, I'm saying, like, there are some people that are able to do it because, like, job wise, finance wise, and all this stuff. Where they're at, they can afford it. But a majority of
average Joe can't do
people that we're talking about, can you afford that type of like dinner? Can you afford that by yourself? Like if you were like, you know what, I don't feel like cooking today, I just want to go out and treat myself. Could you say, I want to go out to X steakhouse and get this meal and be able to afford the bill? Because I guarantee you could look for the cheapest meal on the menu, and I guarantee you'll be breaking about 50, 60.
And I say it like this. I be like this. I don't date girls who's kicking like this. The girls I mess with don't think like this. They don't even function like this. You know what I mean?
The girls I met don't even operate like that.
So it's like the kind of girl I mess with, even if I jokingly said, yo, let's go to such and such and such, and like, no, that's too expensive. Let's just go to such and such. Those are the girls I mess with.
Yeah.
And most of the girls I mess with, they like Starbucks. They like some of the restaurants on this list.
Exactly. That's what threw me off. Like, that's what threw me off when you read freaking Chili's, Applebee's, when you read Starbucks, when you read the coffee dates, the bowling dates, the Waffle House. Waffle House? Waffle House.
Okay, now I get it. On the first, you don't want to take your girl to the Waffle House. That's like,
okay, but let's say y'all, like, you go out, right? Technically, you're not looking at that. You just go out on a random like weekend night. You go out to a bar or to a club just to have a good time, just to chill. You meet a female, and I know, like, I know the whole T-Pain song "Love in This Club." 9 times, I get it. But sometimes, you meet somebody, y'all kick it, y'all get to talking, y'all feel like there's something there. And after y'all get out, it's like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. A lot of places are closed except 1 to 2 spots. The Huddle House and the Waffle House. I should know.
I just left the Waffle House today, actually.
What'd you get?
Me and my mom went to, she wanted to go to the Waffle House. So she said, yeah, let's get some burgers at the Waffle House. Cool. I just kept it simple. I just got a waffle and some bacon and some hash browns. I ain't want nothing crazy. Kept it chill.
Hey, I'm just telling you right now, that Texas toast, the Texas toast, friggin' what is it? It's like a patty melt. The patty melts.
That's a good time.
Oh, it's such a
But
good
yeah,
time.
man, like I just don't understand the. I just feel like every year is something different that women want men to do. Like, who is the leader? Who is y'all leader who coming up with this? Like, who's the person saying that y'all?
Social media. That's my
Or there's
leader.
a group of girls that just sit down and just say they're tired of going to these boring dates with these random. Like I say, I mean, like I do music, I do shows, I meet a lot of different chicks, and
Simplet.
in 10 times out of 10, the chicks I meet are very laid back chicks. They know by your personality what kind of guy I am. Like girl, I know what kind of by the way they talk, how they carry themselves, just they vibe. You can pretty much tell what kind of girl you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? If you just read the sign or read the freaking room.
Yeah.
But it's
Read
like,
the room.
it's like, shout out, you want to get some coffee this weekend tomorrow? Like, I know you get some, like, meet up, get, sure. Or, like, I don't really like coffee like that. What you want to get then? What you want to do? Then I put the ball. That's when the person's on there. Like, I got to make a decision. Yeah, what you want to do? What you want? You want to get some? What do you want to do? Well,
That's
we
what
can
see, and I think that's what a lot of females are looking for. They're looking for a guy that if they're gonna approach them, have a bit of a plan of attack. Don't just like randomly like, so what do you want to do, and then wait on them. Like, no, have an idea. Be like, hey, look. So I was thinking maybe we can go out, get some coffee, just meet up first time around. Let's talk, get to know each other. Oh, I don't do coffee. Okay, well we can go out and like, you want to do bowling? You want to get some tea? Like, what are you feeling? And then when you put that pressure on, it piques their interest. If you just come out there and you're like, yo, so like, what do you want to do? Like, what interests you? Like, what's
my
up?
thing is
That's how they get bored.
my thing is I'm a witty guy. Y'all people know my personality. I'd be most shocked if a girl came up to me and say, yo, June, I like you. I saw you at the show. I want to hang out. Let's go get such and such tomorrow. You telling me what we doing? That's the shit, girl. All right. Shoot, let's go then. Like you already got it.
You know what? If a girl was to come up to me and do that, immediately you done caught my interest. I'm like,
Right, you must. First of
oh,
all, who
so
sent you?
like you serious now?
Hit that. Who sent you?
Yeah, literally.
His name ain't the Lord. Be gone from me.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna have to hit the Lord. This from you, and then he's gonna give you the audible. It's from me.
He gonna hit the classic the sideline. You gonna be on the be at the 50. You're gonna look to the sideline, the coach like, all right, dude. Hey.
No, talk about
the sideline.
No, you're gonna be sitting at the 50, like getting ready to set for the play. You look up and then you have the card. Flash the card real quick, and it's gonna say that's her, and you're gonna be like, all right, cool, ready. Wait, signs, cards, 50. Wasn't there something that happened with
man? There's a snowball effect going on right now with signs and a whole bunch of man. Look,
I shall put on my glasses for this because I want to feel intellectual.
For the sake of this, I'm taking my jersey off. I'm taking the jacket off. I'm putting everything to the side.
Are you about to be non-biased for the first time? Are we about to hear?
I'm gonna be an analyst at this point.
Are we about to hear?
University of Michigan got caught cheating.
He said the M word.
And this is probably the only time you ever hear me say it in this story.
Can we document this, please, for the first time?
Document this. We 29 and minutes
at 2:43 on Tuesday, October 24th. We are hearing June, the Ohio State, like the Ohio State fan, hard Ohio State fan, openly say on air on the 29th episode of the Show About Nothing, it is not the team up north. It is the University of.
I gotta say it because it's like, dog. And they got caught cheating. They got signed. The dude bought pretty much a guy bought 30 tickets to, so I think he bought 30 tickets to a few Big Ten games. This is going back to 2021. So he
Here
was
it is, right here. Michigan staffer Connor Stallions reportedly purchased tickets in his own name for more
stupid. If you gonna commit a crime, don't use your real name.
for more than 30 games over the last 3 years at 11 different Big Ten schools per ESPN report.
So here's my issue. I got into a dispute with a guy on Instagram Twitter. And like, yo, but then he corrected himself. I don't know if he was being sarcastic, but what I said, yo, if this is true, those wins need to be voided, right? So he's like, yo, Ohio State should have changed their sign, blah, blah, blah. And like, so long story short, like, he was saying they dog walked y'all, but y'all didn't change y'all signs. But quite frankly, I sent you the paperwork of Michigan on the sideline with dummy boards with all the signs on their card. At last year's game. So from 2021 to now, so it's like y'all didn't start winning till
2 years ago.
2 years. So in this gap of this span, that means y'all cheated, regardless of Ohio State didn't change their sign or not. Even though it don't matter if they didn't change anything, then they're gonna try to hit me with did Simmons like? I'm like, yo, who is this source that's saying that Ohio State didn't? Is this a credible source? Like, yo, anyway, so dude looks stupid. Then all the other stuff starts spewing out. Dude ain't said nothing since then. So I bet. So I'm like, for the sake of argument, hold on.
Go ahead.
For the sake of argument, it comes out. They cheated, which they did. It's coming out. They got video proof of dude bought tickets on both sides of the field for different Big Ten games and Ohio State games. And they said there was a dude they said somebody was at the Ohio State Penn State game.
What?
Yes, I read it somewhere. I read something about Ohio State. Somebody was at the Ohio State Penn State game. They got video footage of surveillance
footage.
And I'm sitting back. So for 2 years, it's going back. So that would tell me that whole season is voided. 2 seasons are voided. Even if you can't, and it's like, dog, y'all cheated. Like I told somebody, if this is Ohio State, y'all be kicking the same noise. Y'all be coming for Ryan Day's head. Y'all cheated. And it's like I said, I'm not mad that we lost to y'all 2 years. Because for 13, we was whooping y'all ass. So it's like y'all got 2 measly wins, but it's like y'all didn't win off the strength of y'all beat us fairly.
So did you go from being analyst to like being biased again?
No, I'm just saying in general, like even the other teams too. Y'all cheated to beat them. You can't, it's like the team that you beat, you cheated. Yeah. For 2 years, y'all cheated. And Michigan just got good out of nowhere. They was never this good.
So there was an interview this past Saturday or this past weekend, right? Pat McAfee, we all know who he is, right? Yep. He's been going to different college campuses pretty much to, a day or so ahead of time because he is part of College Game Day, and College Game Day, they do their Saturday shows. Well, on Fridays, him and his crew, they'll go to like different college campuses, and what they'll do is they'll host a show, the Pat McAfee show, on the college campus in front of like a little live crowd, and they'll talk amongst themselves about what's going on in the world. They brought on an ESPN investigator who was talking about this entire situation. And basically, what Michigan is being alleged with is something that, in the NFL is actually pretty common and it's not illegal. And it's the whole thing of like coming around early, going to like certain venues early and like kind of scouting out the teams, via practice or whatever the case may be, doing a little bit of advanced scouting. That's that's not that's not illegal in the NFL. But since 1994 in the NCAA, it's illegal. You can't do that. And so what the allegations are is that this guy, Connor Stallions, has been going to these schools. He's going to these schools, these Big Ten schools, and he has been, buying tickets in his name and pretty much doing illegal advanced
And
scouting.
they say also, how did he get this money? Because he only make $50,000 a year. So they say like he can't afford to buy that many tickets on his budget. So somebody's funding him.
Someone's fronting the bill.
And here's my issue. Going back to speaking for our team and my team, I feel like I look at Michigan for the past few years before this came out. Michigan was never in the top like that. This is the second year in the dominant. It's like when you look at it, like, wait a minute, like I get it that teams get hot like randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Like look at Texas, they back in the saddle. They lost one game.
Here's the thing about Texas. Texas has been building to this point.
That's true.
That's the thing with that. Okay, so when you let's look at Michigan. Let's look at Michigan as a whole. When they were in the college football playoffs, last year, was it? When they played TCU?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at them when they played the entire season, right? They dominated, right? They were building up these wins. They were stacking up these wins. They win the Big Ten title, and then they go on to the college football playoffs. Ohio State, they had to grind it out, nearly missed the college football playoffs, but because I think it was USC that lost to Utah and one more team that lost. I think it was
and that year they didn't want to let Ohio State in. Like, they lost to Michigan and yada yada.
They lost to Purdue that year as well.
Yeah, they're like, no, we lose Purdue.
Who do we lose? It was Michigan and who else?
We only had one loss.
Are you sure? I thought we had two losses.
I think it was two. I'm not sure what the other loss was, but
you get what I'm saying, though, right? Ohio State was pretty much, they were on the outside looking in, but because two teams lost their conference championships that were supposed to be in the playoffs, Ohio State squeaked in, right?
Right.
So it was Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, and TCU. Now everybody was looking at like, yo, like we may have won the game, but if we play Michigan and like we beat them in the playoffs and we go to the Natty, that'll make up for it big time. But we didn't get that. What we saw though was TCU in Michigan, and we saw a team in TCU that took advantage of Michigan's mistakes. Michigan could not game plan. They weren't able to game plan the way that they would normally game plan versus, a team like Penn State, a team like Michigan State, a team like Ohio State. And maybe more than likely it was because they had the drop on all these teams within the Big Ten. But for a team that's in the Big 12, you don't have a guy going all the way to Texas, to Fort Worth, to scout TCU. You don't. So you don't have an idea of what to expect when you're playing a team from a different conference in a playoff setting. Basically, the entire thing's been reset. Everything's been leveled out. Like, there's no way for you to like try and one up the other team by ill gains. Like, you got to bring your best versus their best and see who comes out on top. And guess what? TCU dog walked Michigan, like from start to finish. It was a complete and utter blowout of Michigan by TCU. And out, and now it's coming out that there was an illicit, illegal sign stealing plan, a sign stealing, um, a sign stealing plot that was being used. That makes all the more sense.
And I go back to the whole thing. It bothers me because I can accept losing off this fact. All right, they was a better team. You know what I'm saying? If it was like they was a better team, I could take that loss.
Right.
You know what I mean? And for it to be back to back, like, dang, they were the better team twice. Like they were the better team like twice. That was really. Then this come out like maybe I wasn't a better team. Maybe I wasn't a better team. You feel me?
Right.
I now I got a question of it, like, all right, but it goes back to what I've been asking Ohio State fans and the general public. If this comes out as true, what do you do now? Like, are those 2 seasons voided? Are all those wins voided? Are all those bowl games they won, those with the Big Ten, all that stripped? You can't keep them because if it's proven, because it's probably going to be proven that they were. What happened? My question to the masses: what happens next? Because I asked you the same question. It's like, what happens now? Like, where do you go from?
Well, the NCAA, their investigation is more or less, they're not as speedy when it comes to these investigations. It takes a bit of time for that to happen, for them to come to a conclusion. But my best guess would be, I don't like, you were like, from what we were talking about off camera, in our one of our little conversations here and there, you were like, does this mean that Ohio State gets gifted the wins? And if you ask me how things have played out in that past, I don't think so. I think these wins get voided altogether. They're not going to give Ohio State the win because
no, I wouldn't want those. When I asked that, when I said that, I was like, I don't want the win.
No, I get what you're talking about, but I think more or less was like, if this goes back and they prove that this was an illicit sign stealing plan that was concocted by Michigan, and from what I heard in this interview that Pat McAfee had, this was worse. This was worse than what the Houston Astros did in 2017 with their sign stealing situation. And this was worse than what the Patriots did.
If you telling me,
which means
Izzyphatasmo, West Side Izzy P.
Yes, sir.
You gonna see and tell your brother, Junior June here, Prince of all blurs here, that this was worse than Spygate.
This was worse than Spygate, and this was worse than what the Astros did in 2017 when it was revealed a year later by a former player from their team who is now on another team on a podcast, I believe, or in an interview. He said verbatim, they had cameras in center field in the back of the wall, and they had monitors in the dugout, and they were able to get the signs that were being used by the catcher to tell the pitcher what throw to make. And if it was an off-pitch throw, what they would do is, there was 2 different pitches. If it was a fastball, the reason why they get called the trash Stros and not the Astros, the trash Stros, was because
the trash can thing.
If it was a fastball, they would hit the
trash can.
The trash can to let the hitter know.
So my question
is, if it was an off-speed pitch, they wouldn't hit anything. They would just lay off.
So my thing is, I'm not a genius or nothing. I don't claim to be. But if I'm in a game and we're going to kick it to baseball and I'm at the mound and I hear a sound coming from the opposing dugout, every time one of my boys are on the mound, that's going like, yo, something ain't right, because the dude from Rutgers, the coach from Rutgers or Wisconsin say, yo, something's weird going on right now. I don't know what it is. the girl asked him in the interview, like, so she asked him because like, yo, something strange is going on, and we gonna have to figure this out. And they were playing Michigan. He said something's going on. It ain't right. I don't know what it is, but something's going on. So it's like for him to say that, and I bet when he heard this, I knew something was over. I knew they wasn't that good. It's like saying, I'm all for a team being good. Some teams, it just be that year. They just be on one. But like for 13 years of seeing Michigan get annihilated by Ohio State, to see them come out of nowhere, do 2 years in a row in the top. How? Then this comes out. Right. First of all, who brought it up? Who got mad and dropped down? Like
I don't, and that's the question everybody's trying to figure out. Like, who was the person, or who were the people who
didn't get paid? That say, you know what, I'm snitching.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like that's like, how was the NCAA made aware of the situation? And here's the thing. The NCAA, they were aware of this situation because like Ryan Day and other coaches, they were kind of talking about it, but nothing was like, nothing out of the ordinary was happening. But for some reason, somebody or like a group of people or somebody had to have said something and brought something to the table to the point where the Big Ten made the announcement and the NCAA made the formal announcement. And the reason that they did that was because they wanted to put advance notice. And this is coming from the Pat McAfee interview from like this past Friday.
Right.
The guy that's from the investigator basically said the reason why the Big Ten and the NCAA came out with these announcements about these investigations was because they wanted to give advance warning to the teams that were going to be playing Michigan within the next couple of weeks, within this year, because Michigan was supposed to play Michigan State. I think
they annihilated them.
You see what I'm saying? Like they wanted to make sure that they had notice, be like, hey, look, like y'all might have gotten affected by this, and Michigan State, they could have pulled out and be like, you know what, because of this going on, like we don't want to play Michigan because we got compromised, but they ended up playing anyway. So right. That's the situation right now. The situation is we wanted, like, the question is who snitched, like who said something, and like what exactly was brought to the table that made this come to light in such a huge way. Because again, if Ryan Day, the head coach of Ohio State, and a few other coaches were discussing this type of thing and nothing was happening, but then all of a sudden this gets dropped on the table, and now we have a Big Ten announcement saying that there's an investigation by the NCAA, and the NCAA even goes and says the same exact thing. So it's like, you got to see what I'm saying.
It's like, now, personally, I have nothing against the kids that play the game. Like these games, I have nothing against them.
No. Like, okay, look, this is okay. The gripe is not against the players.
It's not against the players. I say this is nothing personal against the players. It's the team I do not like. But they don't know what's going on. They probably don't know what's going on.
Now they know.
Now know. Now it's like, damn. Now I'm like, maybe it's like you questioning yourself, like you think you good, but then you think like, nah, man, you feel what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's not fair. Cause like I said earlier, if this was Ohio State, if this was Bama, if this was if this was Georgia, people would be calling for all these coaches' heads.
Oh yeah.
But it's like,
here's the crazy part about this. Ever since the guy came out and it was his name that got dropped, Jim Harbaugh suspended him, basically saying, "Oh, I had nothing. I didn't know anything about this." Which
he says stuff like this still fall on the coach head, even if he didn't.
No. The reason he did this early, the reason he suspended the guy quickly was because he's trying to distance himself from the fallout. But I bet you I bet you that he knows way more about this entire situation than he's putting out. And I guarantee you, if this guy, because here's the thing, they will.
You think?
Oh, he
You
does.
think, Jim, how long it take you to figure that part out? Of course he knows. He knows everything.
But here's the thing, like I said, he's trying to distance himself from the fallout, hoping that, if I get this guy away from me, I could suffer a little, like as little as fallout as possible. But the thing is, though, I guarantee you, this guy right here, if the NCAA presses in their investigation and they give him like a plea deal or whatever the case may be, he gonna flip. I guarantee you, he's got a lot of information on his laptops and stuff because that's what they want to look at.
Oh, he gonna sing like a canary.
And guess what? That the whole thing of Harbaugh trying to get away from the fallout, it's gonna fall back on him. He might try to find his way back to the NFL way quicker than what we expect.
But then if he goes to the NFL, can you trust a dude like him? Like, I wouldn't want him on no team.
If he goes back to the NFL, I guarantee you this is still going to follow him. He's going to have to deal with some stuff. Either that or Michigan, they're gonna endure some heavy fines and penalties and stuff like that. But Harbaugh is going to deal with he's going to deal with it as well. If everything is shaking out the way they're shaking out, if it shakes out the way that we think it's going to happen, Michigan is going to be in some real hot water. Maybe not by the end of this season, but I guarantee you by the off season, there's the investigation may really come into play, and they're going to really make the decision. And maybe that's when we'll find out what the penalties are if they void those wins, which I would assume so. Now, granted, going back to the whole Houston Astros situation from 2017, coaches got fired, the team did get penalized, but their World Series championship did not get taken away. Let's go ahead and just put that out there. They did not have their title taken away because of that entire situation. If Michigan had won the national championship, would they be at risk of losing that national title? Would they be at risk of having that stripped away from them? I would doubt it. I wouldn't see that happening. But I could see along the lines of what the Astros went through, that could be the same effect. Now, again, we don't know exactly what exactly is going on within the investigation. They're kind of slow and it takes time. They kind of take their time when it comes to this type of stuff because they want to make sure they get all the facts straight and everything situated and whatnot. So my thing is, we just got to play this thing out. Just got to let it play out, go by ear, and see what other details come about it. And see how this shakes out for the rest of the season. Because again, we don't know, especially now for how deep we are into this season. We don't know exactly if this guy came to, Ohio State, or if he went to Penn State, or if he went to Rutgers anytime in this season just to get an idea of what to expect. And we don't know if that's the case, how Ryan Day and how these other coaches, they're going to alter the game plan just so that they can counter what might have been taken, because they don't know exactly what got taken. They don't know exactly what signs got stolen. They don't know. It's pretty much, they're going to have to guess. And it's just kind of guessing, see how it shakes out.
Yep. And we running on 54 minutes now. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up and close it out like this. I just feel like it's not fair to cheat. And I'm not a bitter Ohio State fan by all means. I know I come off as one, but I troll as well. But on a serious tip, I'm like, bro, if you cheated, it's like if you found out one of your favorite NFL players was taking steroids the year they won the Super Bowl. Is he that good? Was he that great? Could he have went down there? Could he have made that drive if he wasn't on the juice? If your favorite boxer or your MMA fighter was on something and they won a fight, was he that good? Why do you think they randomly drug test people in the NFL? Because you did that way too good. Why are you catching the ball 3 times for 350 yards in a single game, and like that's unhuman. I
Yeah.
gotta drug test you.
Or Miles Garrett every time that he moves around.
Every time he showed the picture with him with no sleeves, drug
Right.
test him. He's on
Like
something.
he could be playing a pickup game, a game of pickup. And next, he comes into the locker room. Yeah, they hit me with I gotta,
They got AJ Brown like that twice.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not fair. So if you cheated, take it. And now I'm not saying award nobody no wins. Don't do that. That's not, void them. Do I think some gold pants should be awarded? You damn right. Get them boys their gold pants. At least give them
I
that.
want CJ Stroud to get his gold pants, and I want a public apology from you, sir.
Oh yeah, I said I apologize. I'm like, I really felt like, bro, like, for CJ Stroud, like, dog, like, I know you better than this.
Look at what he's doing in the NFL right now.
Yeah, like you better than this.
Like, bro, real quick, I gotta can
we had 56, man. Wrap it up.
I know we have 56, but real quick, I just gotta I'm just saying this real. I just gotta point this out real fast. I just gotta point this out real quick. Give me a second. Here it is. CJ Stroud, right here, right now. 1,660 yards passing, 9 touchdowns to 1 interception, 57 QBR. This kid is playing like he's back in college. These are college numbers right now, just to start the season.
Rookie of the year. I'm calling it right now.
Give it to him. But this man right here, CJ Stroud, I want him to get his gold pants. Give him the gold pants. And every player that was on those Ohio State teams for those 2 years that it's unfair. It's an unfair situation. It really is an unfair situation. I want to see how it shakes out. I want to see exactly how this whole thing plays out even more. I don't want to jump into conclusions and say that this is going to be the punishment or this is going to happen or, XYZ's yada, yada, yada. It's all about like, let's see how the season shakes out. Then we'll take it all the way to the offseason. And then if the NCAA comes out with a judgment or with some sort of finding or whatever the case is, that's when we can like go ahead and really talk on it and make our assumptions as to like, was it deserved? Because I guarantee you what is coming down the pipeline, punishment wise, they're going to get hit. If everything shakes out, they're going to get hit.
Oh yeah. But like I always, send us home. Izzy, send us home, man. We right on schedule. Send us home.
All right now. Well, that was a very heavy episode. But you know what though, man? We got everything off of our chest. And also, again, let me go ahead and say shouts out to the Texas Rangers, American League champions. They are going to the World Series. They are hosting the World Series. They will have home field advantage. Game 1 is on Friday. They will either play the Philadelphia Phillies or the Arizona Diamondbacks. Game 7 is tonight. It is going to go down. Will the Snakes stay alive, or will the Phillies go back to back on World Series appearances? Either way, let's go Rangers. I got the homie El Bombi, Adolis Garcia, World Series MVP. I'm calling it right now. Lock it in. Rangers in 6. Let's go.
Okay, I would say
Rangers.
I say Rangers in 4. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
Rangers in 4. Rangers in 4.
Rangers in 4. Rangers in 6. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna be real about this one. But you know what though? The Rangers do go in 4. I wouldn't be surprised about it. But anyway, it's your homie West Side Izzy P. It's the only June, Mr. Music, hit after hit, month after month. He's going to be giving it to you every single month. Y'all better be listening out for that stuff. It's crazy. Shout out to Helsinki, Finland. We love y'all. Hey, get your boy out there for some shows, man. If y'all showing him that much love, let's go ahead and get something going already.
You know it. And like always, we are out of here.